Good morning, traders. This is Nandis from Dalrymple Trading, having a look at our pre-market analysis for the S&P 500 and WTI crude oil. Looking at the daily chart, we'll get kicked off on the daily chart. For S&P 500, we saw a down day overnight, or shall I say actual trading day. So the price has pulled back, but remember, we are in the middle of a bull market at the moment, right? So the assumption here is that, all corrections will be bought by buyers unless otherwise proven to be the case. So looking at the daily time frame, we saw the pullback to the 6,400 mark, if I'm not wrong, and then and basically that's where prices are currently hovering around. Now below that, we've got another support level at 6,350. And then I've also marked out another support level, which is a major one at 6,200. Now, diving into the hourly chart, we can see that prices have held steady. We've broken that uptrend. Okay, so there's the uptrend there. We've broken that. And now we're finding support at 6,400. Now, the question is, are the buyers going to come in and push the price higher up? Or is it going to drop below that and then we see another push upwards? Okay, so hard to sell at this point where prices are going to go, but I can see early sort of movement in terms of price being bought at this level with the green candles, but hard to tell at this point. Personally, I'm not entering this trade at this point. I'm waiting to see a bit more confirmation before we take any longs in terms of the S&P at this point. Turning our attention over to WTI crude oil. Okay, so this is an interesting one. I mean, the anticipation yesterday that we would see an actual push up on prices, but we didn't see much action in the actual trading session. So we've found support here at a major level of 61,500. So this is the daily, and I'll just dive into the hourly so we can see a little bit more of what's going on here. So we've found support at 61.50 with crude oil, right? And we've seen that level getting bought 1, 2, third time. That rough level, it's getting bought, and then we're seeing a bit of weakness this morning in pre-trading hours. But there's two possibilities here that could happen. So obviously we can see a push higher up to 64. Okay, why do I say 64? Because there's a gap that needs to be filled. That's unfinished business from the 12th of August. So that there is pending to be filled at some point. So we could see a push higher up to 64 and then a rotation back downwards. Or potentially, if we break this key support level at 61,500, then we've got support at 60 and then even lower at 55. So still sort of on the fence on this one, but it looks like there's a lot of accumulation going on from buyers based on the price action. So it seems that maybe the larger institutions are actually buying into this at this point, waiting to see a pushback up to that 64 level, but it's yet to be seen. I haven't gone short on long on this yet, so I'm just waiting to see how the price action plays out and then act accordingly. But remember, we are still in the middle of a sort of a bearish trend with this, right? So yes, we have found support, but the overall trend has been bearish, and it's just a consolidation pattern that's currently taking place within a greater bearish trend. So yeah, it's still hovering around this range. We're yet to see what could happen, but again, that gap needs to be filled. So at some point, those prices will push up towards that 64 mark. The question is it going to be sooner than later? Is it going to be this week? Or could it be early next week? It's yet to be seen. But a lot of that depends on the geopolitical stuff that's happening around Zelensky and Putin and Trump at the moment. So I think that's definitely a macro play that's playing into oil prices at this very point in time. But haven't pulled the buy trigger on this yet, but keeping a very, very close eye out as to, a good position to buy with the right risk-reward ratio on this trade. If you like what I do, visit my website, www.dalrympletrading.com, where I actually provide one-on-one mentoring and coaching classes for anyone interested in trading or investing. You might not be an active trader, but you might be interested in getting your toes wet by just investing into the market, and definitely help you out with that. It's a free consult. You get one-on-one time with me to discuss the markets and any questions that you may have and how we can work together potentially to get you ahead of everybody else in the market. So if you like what I'm doing, please hit and subscribe and hit the like button. Have a good day.